popular demand.
Pretty much a year of hiatus. It's been a long year, but we're back. We're back in action, and we're back for the League of Haters NFL Draft Lottery. Am I looking at the camera right?
I don't think you can ever look at the camera right.
Oh, man. What's up, Jay? What do we got for today?
First show of 2018. Things look a little different. DR is not what I remember it. You look a little differente. What's going on there?
I'm no longer in the Dominican Republic. I am now.
What?
I am in the Super Bowl championship city of Philadelphia.
Huh?
Yes.
When did this happen?
Right. Happened a year ago.
Oh, well. First show of the year, so it makes sense.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's been a long year, like I said. A lot of changes. I'm still getting adjusted, but it's been cool. It's been cool, man. And we're ready. I'm ready for fantasy football. I tried to dumb down a couple of leagues. I had 7 last year. I'm sticking to 4 this year. So let's see if I do better. 7 was too much. I couldn't manage it.
Nice and compact. Well, that makes sense. That probably, is the reason why you suck so bad in our league, which is the only league that matters, by the way.
In my defense, I sucked in every league last year.
Bruh.
How's that your defense?
I don't know. I don't know.
I am also bringing it down. I'm going from 2 leagues to 1 because why play in leagues that don't matter? So League of Haters has my undivided attention. I heard we're doing a pick'em this year, by the way. So what was that?
I don't even know how that shit works. If somebody can explain it to me.
A Survivor pool thing. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't know how to play fantasy in 2011, and here I am, former champion. So whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
Cool.
All right, man, so tell me, remind people how this lottery is going to work. Let's get right to it, bro.
All right. So I have a deck of playing cards. All the numbers are here. I will shuffle them briefly. I just want everyone to see that all the cards are there. The ace is the number 1 pick, and then the joker is the 14th. They will be shuffled. I am going to be shuffling while Paki speaks. Paki has all the names. He's going to put them in a blind bag. We're not going to see what it is that he's picking out. I will pick out the numbers first, then the names. No one can accuse me of picking a number after I already know whose name it is. I'm looking at you, Omar. And as we speak, we're going to briefly go over some of the picks that you could potentially have with the picks that you get. So, yeah, man. I think that's pretty much it. It's a half-point PPR IDP league. For those that still don't know, I can't believe you still don't know in this league what IDP is. It's individual defensive players. We don't play with that team defense. I tried that in another league last year, and I couldn't make heads or tails of that shit. I don't know how the hell, defense and special team scores any points. That's neither here nor there. I do not care. So, yeah, that's about it. There is a buy-in. Everyone is already aware of this. I think I said this. I'm making it official here in this recording that we are doing away with trade vetoes. It's hard enough for some people to agree to make a trade. Why have another group of obnoxious jackasses veto it for you? And there will be a stiff penalty if you are found of indeed committing a fire sale. So that's pretty much all I have to say before getting started. Put those names in the bag. The cards are shuffled up, and I will continue to shuffle them after every pick. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, so this is a mesh bag, which is perfect. So that way you can see it's empty. Before we start, my personal sponsor for today, fucking Wawa iced tea. This is proof that I'm in Philadelphia. Wawa's. I fucking love this shit. Drink it right out of the gallon. Delicious. It's diet iced tea. So it doesn't have as many calories as regular iced tea. There you go. All right, so we got the names. The bag is empty. You can see it's mesh.
You never used to worry about calories in Santo Domingo. I don't know what this is. A new Paki. I don't know you, guy.
All right, so I got Victor over here, number 1. I got Cousin Juan and Guica. I got Chef Reyes going in the bag. I got Omar. I got Gary. I got Daryl. Got Brito. I got Vasquez. Adelite. JJ98. Paki, that's me. Ivan. Dago, our editor. Donnie, right here. So we're all here in the bag. So I'm going to close this up. So how is this going to work, Jay, while I ruffle these feathers? You pick the card first, or I pick the name first? How is it?
I will pick the card first. The number will be out there. You're going to pick out a name, and it'll just be luck of the draw.
So right now the draft is set up for September 2nd. It is set up for 7 p.m., although that time it could be changed, 7 p.m.
It is tentatively at 7 p.m. But
it has to be September 2nd. That's the last Sunday before regular season.
It absolutely must. I have no quarrels with that.
All right, so here we go. I think we're ready.
All right. Special shout out to last year's champion, Joel Brito. I am the runner-up of the league. Hopefully, whatever strategy you use to get to the finals pays off. I know what players I have an eye on. I also want to thank So Loyal Brand. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looking up the wardrobe today.
No, I gotta get my So Loyal shirt, man. I've been kind of slacking off. I gotta get me a nice.
Go to So Loyal Clothing on Instagram and make your order.
Yeah, I gotta get me a nice white tee. That's what I want. All right, man. I'm ready to take out a name.
Ready? All right. So
first guy that's gonna know his pick is Dagoberto.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell you to pick the number first. So put the name back in there.
Oh shit! I thought.
You stupid.
My bad.
All right, Dago, when you go through this, do not edit this. Leave it on. I want everyone to see how stupid Paki is.
All right, so first name.
Bruh.
Again with this. Okay.
All right, so what pick are we doing right now?
In the editor's room, I want to hear a drum roll when I make this first pick. Ready? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Pick number 8, cutting it right down the middle.
From the League of Haters draft, it's
Daryl.
Let me put that right here. Daryl numero 8. Oh, by the way, this beautiful pen that we're using right here, it's brought to you by the W Hotels in Miami, where I was balling out. All right. Daryl, number 8 pick.
Please sponsor
Who
me.
can you get with the number 8 pick?
You want to pick up that name you dropped there?
What?
Bruh.
The W Hotel. With the number 8 pick, there's a couple of mixed reviews here. I have in a regular league, which is not what we're playing, we have Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley might also be a sentimental pick for Daryl, being a Giants fan. We expect big things from Saquon Barkley. He is a big piece of the Giants offense.
Yeah.
In PPR, the 8th pick could potentially be Julio Jones, or Paki pronounces it Julio Jones. Julio Jones, we know that all of the passing offense over there in Atlanta basically revolves around how well Julio Jones is. Right. You know that he's going to get you really big games, but then you have the fear that he's going to kind of slobber through some games where he doesn't get much at all, and I'm concerned about his touchdown production.
Yeah, I see that average ADP right now at number 8 is Leonard Fournette too, so that's also an interesting pick. I'd say Daryl probably would get. I don't think in our league personally, I don't think neither of those running backs, Saquon Barkley or Leonard Fournette, is going to be there at number 8. But
I have no idea what you're talking about. Our league is known for picking defensive players in the first round. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if five quarterbacks just fly off.
There's like 7 Giant fans in our league. That's why.
True.
All right, man. Go ahead. Give me the next pick.
All right, shuffling one more time. All right, we're going straight off the top. I can't see it. Now I'm going to pick the camera, and it is number 7. Number 7.
Kind of like the orders. The number 7th pick, Omar.
Omar picking number 7. He's not only picking number 7, he's picking 7 and 22. Number 7. Regular standard leagues is DeAndre Hopkins has a bye week in week 10. Is this quarterback coming back this year? That's a big deal. That's a big reason why or why not I would pick DeAndre Hopkins. PPR leagues, number 7 is Alvin Kamara. At least in the very early running, he has the running back job all to himself in New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, if he can produce even close to what he did last year, would be a stellar pick at number 7.
Yeah, I got here ADP right now for number 7 is Saquon Barkley. We already spoke about him, so I'm not even going to go into that much. So
it's a rookie, so I don't know how much we can talk about Saquon, but kind of is what it is. Next number, shuffling one more time. Number 1 is still out there. Number 14 is still out there. Ooh. Well, what's the worst pick, Paki? What pick do you want?
I don't know, man. I don't want anything right now. I'm gonna stop wanting, and I'm just gonna do what I get. Because I haven't won this fucking league since we joined it, so I haven't won like in 5 years. 13th pick.
13.
Whatever I get is gonna be the best pick. That's how I'm looking at it. 13th is Victor.
Victor picking 13.
With the 13th pick.
Well, the good news about picking 13 is you get 13 and you get 16. So you're going to have 2 top 20 picks. Okay, so if he were to pick standard league, it looks like Keenan Allen is the standard league pick at number 16. My bad. Julio Jones is number 13 in standard at 13. And while we're at it, 16 is Keenan Allen. PPR 13 is looking like Leonard. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place here. Number 13, Keenan Allen in PPR. PPR, points per receptions. Keenan Allen, the number 1 receiver for Phillip Rivers. I don't know. That's not where I would go at my 13th pick with my first pick overall of the league, but kind of is what it is. And you know, Victor's the kind of guy who really works the waiver wire, so who knows. The only bad thing is I think he probably had like either 13 or probably 14 last year. Ended up going with the number 1 receiver in New England, and that didn't work out too well for him. Who do you have at ADP number 13?
ADP at number 13, I got Dalvin Cook, running back for the Minnesota Vikings. That's an interesting pick. I mean, he got hurt earlier last season with an ACL injury. He's already playing.
He was cooking before that, though.
Yeah, he's already playing in the preseason. Not much. He only got like 2 carries, but he should be ready for the regular season. So that's an interesting pick. I mean, Minnesota should be a better offense right now with Stephon Diggs healthy, Kirk Cousins. You know, they're looking pretty good, man. Minnesota's looking pretty solid.
All right. Okay, next number up. Well, let's shuffle them again. All right, here we go. This is number 12.
Damn, they're coming out like in order. What is up with these cards?
It's like a countdown. I don't know.
Number 12 is Ivan.
Ivan picking number 12. All right. Number 12 pick in a standard league would be Leonard Fournette. I don't know. If I'm picking before number 12, I would not, let Leonard Fournette drop that far if he's still available, but we got to see who's still around. ADP for ESPN, we have, PPR for ESPN, we have Dalvin Cook at number 12, right behind Kareem Hunt. Dalvin Cook, we already talked about. Leonard Fournette, we kind of talked about him too. A lot of running done in Jacksonville, seeing as how their quarterback play is not stellar. And I think they got a little depleted in their receiver core, even though they kind of played without Allen Robinson last year. So I don't know how much they're going to miss him this year.
Yeah, they hurt. Marquise Lee got hurt. And add to that, why am I getting like an echo, like a feedback? Are you hearing that?
Yeah, but whatever. Show must go on. What do you have ADP for number 12?
Anyway, ADP, I got Odell Beckham Jr. Right now, number 12 is the ADP. Another injured player that's coming back. I really like Odell Beckham, man, in this Giants offense. Assuming the line holds up a bit with Saquon Barkley freezing up safeties for him. I think it should be a big year for OBJ, man. So, I mean, he was my first overall pick last season, and that hit the shit bucket. So, good luck to whoever picks him, man.
Hit the shit bucket. Okay. Great name for fantasy team, by the way. All right, next card up. All right, do one last shuffle, and it is number 10.
10th
Number
pick.
10.
I went. All the low picks are staying for last. 10th pick. Cousin Juan and Guica, which they probably will say that was a fraud.
Cousin Guica.
Number 10 pick.
I think Cousin Juan turned over a new leaf. But in a standard league, at number 10 will land you Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is a huge fantasy contributor. I would not be upset if I'm the 10th pick and I pick Melvin Gordon. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. Odell Beckham Jr. is the number 10 on ESPN PPR. What do you got in ADP?
ADP is also Melvin Gordon, so that goes hand in hand. There you go. That would be a great pick at number 10, honestly. So I agree with you, man. Melvin Gordon. I hate the Chargers. I don't like what the Chargers are doing, but if there's one player that's reliable, it's Melvin Gordon because Keenan Allen is probably going to get hurt. I don't know what the over-under is of how many games he's going to play, but I'd say it's like 3. So that's more touches for Melvin Gordon, man.
Melvin Gordon catches a lot of passes, catches a lot of touchdowns as well. So fantastic pick at PPR. All right. I already shuffled them, but let's do it again in front of the camera. All right, the next card is number 11.
All these, we're starting from the top. Number 11 will be Brito.
Ooh, the defending champion. He's fighting an uphill battle with the number 11th pick. All right, so for Standard League, number 11 has Kareem Hunt. Dude, Kareem Hunt, one hell of a pick. He had one hell of a year last year. I do predict some regression.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be better.
Yeah, I know that Alex Smith had a tendency to kind of dump the ball off a lot to Kareem Hunt last year. We have Pat Mahomes now running that ship over on the Kansas City side, and he is eager to test out that arm. So not a lot of checkdowns going to be happening over in Kansas City. If there is a bright side to Kareem Hunt, is the fact that it's still an Andy Reid offense, and he heavily relies on one running back, and he's going to rely on that one running back the whole year. So if you get him, you know that you're getting the workhorse running back of the Kansas City Chiefs. The number 10 in ESPN PPR is Odell Beckham Jr. What else can we say about Odell? I think we've talked about him enough. What do you got in ADP?
Yeah, for ADP at number 11, I got DeAndre Hopkins.
Number 11.
What happened?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. You did speak about him already, but I think he will have a great year with Deshaun Watson back. And the Texans are a solid sleeper that nobody's really talking about. So, yeah, I expect DeAndre Hopkins to be pretty good, but I don't know. I wouldn't take him number 11. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Kareem Hunt, adding to what you said, remember, they got a rookie quarterback. So he's not that he's going to have a bad year, in my opinion, but 1,700 all-purpose yards, 11 touchdowns. Like, come on, bro. It's not hard to do that again. It's not easy to do that again.
All right. Shuffle the cards. Next card up is the fabulous
number 6. That's a good number. Number 6, we got
there we go.
JJ 98 with the number 6 pick.
98 number 6. What could I possibly get with the number 6 pick?
By the way, that's the lowest pick that's come out so far.
True. But it's not number 1, so I don't know what people are going to complain about this year. It is not rigged. I'm number 6. All right. With number 6, if I went standard, I would potentially pick Alvin Kamara. Talked about him already. Alvin Kamara, if he can do anything close to what he did last year, should be great. And ESPN PPR, I could land potentially Saquon Barkley at number 6. Now, in our league,
would you take him over Kamara if they're both there?
Would I take him over Kamara? Yes, I would.
As a Giants fan, yes. See, that's what I'm telling you.
As a Giants fan, I would. And also, Kamara is going to have that role to himself for the first, I think it's 3 or 4 games. There's a PED suspension there that's.
Yeah, for Mark Ingram.
Right. So I think that's 3 games. So for the first 3 games, he should be solid. But after that, he starts splitting that role. And at least I know that Saquon Barkley has the role all onto himself, and I prefer that when I'm looking for my running backs. Doesn't hurt that he's on the Giants. So, I would definitely pick Saquon at number 6 if he's still available. But given that our league is full of running back hungry people, there's a chance that he could be scooped up earlier, and then I'm left with potentially Antonio Brown. Not a bad pick either. I picked him last year. Oh, was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was. Wouldn't be mad if I got Antonio Brown, but I don't know. I kind of feel that Pittsburgh isn't the offense it was last year.
Yeah, I got an ADP. I got Alvin Kamara. You spoke enough about him. Yeah, man, I think he's gonna be solid, man. And Drew Brees, he's like Tom Brady, man. He's old, but he's still pretty good. So I like Alvin Kamara at number 6 a lot. That's a good pick.
All right. Well, I feel good that I'm already on the board because number 14 is still out there. Number 1 is still out there. All right. So next card up is going to be number 2.
Number 2 pick. That's interesting.
2 is not a winner. 3 nobody remembers. Number 2, Joel
Vasquez with 2 Z's.
That is the correct way, sir. That's not the insult. Your longtime rival, Joel Vasquez, is going to pick number 2.
That's the highest one so far.
Yep. Or the lowest, depends on how you look at it. Okay. So we got a little bit of a flip-flop here. In standard, Le'Veon Bell is number 2. And then in PPR, Todd Gurley is number 2. I think that it's all going to come down to whoever number 1 doesn't pick is who you get. But it's pretty clear you're getting Gurley or Bell, unless you want to think outside the box and go for like a David Johnson or a Zeke Elliott. Don't know why you would do that. Maybe you're scared of Todd Gurley having signed a really big contract. Maybe you're scared of Le'Veon Bell still asking for a contract. And you don't want to deal with none of that nonsense. You want to go for a player that's already locked up.
Yeah, ADP right now is Le'Veon Bell at number 2, according to ADP. But, I mean, Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley, they're both a number 1 pick. So they're probably both going to go 1 and 2. It's just a question of who's going to get the number 1 pick and who will he take. So, yeah, man, I mean, I don't think there's much to talk about these guys. These guys are pretty much the only famous running backs out there right now.
I disagree. I just mentioned 4.
Yeah, you did. But, I mean, these guys are Hall of Famers, man. These guys are possible Hall of Famers.
The way they have it tiered here, there's one solid tier. Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Zeke Elliott, and David Johnson.
Yeah, you see, I don't know why Zeke Elliott and David Johnson, to me, although they are extremely great, I think Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell are still on another level of their own because they do everything, man.
I don't want to dissuade people from picking either one of these, but like I said, the contract situations could spill over into fantasy. I don't feel great about either of those.
Yeah, and Ezekiel Elliott lost Travis Frederick, his center. Zach Martin is hurt. The wide receivers sucked, so they're going to stack the box on them. I don't know. I don't think Zeke is going to have that marvelous great season. And David Johnson's probably going to be better than Ezekiel Elliott, in my opinion. But it is Arizona, and so they kind of underperform all the time. So who knows what's going to happen there. So that's what I think is Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell.
All right. Well, there's still pick 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we'll get a chance to talk about some more of those running backs later on. All right, next pick. Ready? Shuffle and pick. Number 1.
The number 1 pick. The number 1 pick.
After the number 2 pick. Donnie.
Belongs to Donnie. Yeah, so knowing Donnie, he probably won't pick either of those. He'll probably take, like, fucking, I don't know, Tim Tebow.
I don't know. I feel like Donnie's he's pretty straightforward when it comes to picking teams. I don't know what to expect from him, really. But
probably takes Tom Brady with the first pick. Fucking back fans.
A fan pick. You can take Rex Burkhead, and if Gurley or Bell drop the number 6, I ain't mad at you.
No, I'm not fucking with you. Donnie's a solid picker, man. But yeah, you never know with these guys. the weirdest wild card right there is Adeli, honestly. So
Adeli's not out there, and the 14th pick is also not out there. Let's see what happens. All right, next pick is number 3.
The number 3 pick. That's getting interesting. Number 3 pick goes to Chef Reyes.
Jeff Reyes. I think he had number 3 last year.
I'm not even gonna fucking give him that promo follow at food.inc. Because last year when we started saying that, he had like 100 followers, and now this motherfucker is Insta famous. So fuck it. He should give us shout outs, man. He way surpassed us. I remember he was starting out, and we were like, follow Food Inc., and he was all humble, and she's like, oh, thank you guys for the shout out. I appreciate it. Now this motherfucker has like 1 million followers and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a shout out on the unofficial commentators that got him that many followers in the first place.
Probably. Yeah, I agree. Because it can't be a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. So.
All right, so I think it's pretty much set in stone that he's going to go David Johnson with the number 3 pick.
Yeah, David Johnson or Zeke Elliott, either one. Who knows?
Wait,
Yeah, he's a dude.
he is a fan of the Saints, though. What if he jumps out and takes Kamara number 3?
He probably will do that. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. I am pretty sure he will.
I hope you do take Kamara just so you can shake things up, because otherwise it's just going to be like, just picking by the numbers.
Yep.
All right, next number up. Number 5.
With the number 5 pick. Oh, look who it is. Oh, shit, where's the camera? Paki.
Picking number 5. So who's going to be the first player to get injured this year? All right, well, if we're going standard, it's Antonio Brown. If we're going PPR, it's Antonio Brown. The first wide receiver is in just about every list listed as number 5 after those big 4 running backs are all off the board.
Yeah.
What do you think, Paki? Would you go receiver first this year?
ADP is Antonio Brown. Given my recent drafting history, every time I pick a number 1 pick, they got hurt. Calvin Johnson back in the day, Odell Beckham. My number 2 pick, Aaron Rodgers, also got hurt last year. So I'm probably going to pick Tom Brady because fuck Tom Brady. So if I'm going to lose fantasy, at least we will fucking lose Tom Brady as well. So I'm done with Brady. I'm done.
A young, spry Tom Brady. Well, all of the lists concur that it should be Antonio Brown at number 5, Antonio Brown.
I'm picking Tom Brady.
Remind me the
I'm
name
picking
here.
Robert Kraft.
Remind me the name here of the cornerback that just sounded off on everyone last week.
Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey said that Big Ben actually depended on all of his receivers. I don't know if I believe that. In the games where Big Ben is not great, Antonio Brown isn't great. In the games that Big Ben is injured, Antonio Brown again isn't great. So it seems like they have a special connection, and it's really only Big Ben that can get the ball to him. So not sure. He's great by every means. He does just about everything, even special teams. Great player. I would never say anything other than that, but he needs Big Ben. So I don't know. I don't know if I trust the assessment of Jalen Ramsey. All right, only 3 picks left. Number 14 is still out there. Number 4 and number 9 still don't have an owner. So here we go.
At least we got our picks.
Yeah, man. I don't have 14, so I'm glad there. And number 4.
With the number 4th pick, we got Adeli. Yes.
Adeli.
He'll probably take J.J. Watt.
Of course. J.J. Watt is coming back from injury, so by all means, why the hell not pick him?
Number 4.
Number 4, if you were in a total bonehead, would either be Ezekiel Elliott or David Johnson. I think we talked about them enough. Either way you go with them, you pretty much know what you're going to get out of those players. And if someone does something crazy at a spot higher than you, you may have a chance to still land maybe a Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a big shot with the 5th pick because Donnie, Vasquez, Chef Reyes, Adeli, those are 1, 2, 3, and 4, man. I don't think they're going to go with the top 4 running backs. Somebody's going to do something crazy in that group. I just need one of them to do something crazy. One of them.
What I just realized is you're picking right before me. God damn you, jackass. I know you're just going to screw this up for me. All right. Oof, 2 names left. I don't see Gary has a team yet. And I don't know who else is missing. Whatever, let's find out. The next card, the next number, the next pick is number 9. Wow.
Number 9 is Dago, the one that came out first but never came out again when it didn't count.
Dago is number 9. You know what that means? That means Gary once again is bringing up the rear. Number 14.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's the one.
Shit. I mean, sorry, dude. This was not planned at all. There was no possible way I could have known that you still would have been without a pick. All right, so let's talk about number 9. Number 9, if we're going standard, Odell Beckham Jr., we talked about him. And if we're going PPR ESPN, number 9 is DeAndre Hopkins, a player who's familiar to Team Dago. And is he going to change his team name? He was always the Gotham City Rogues. So I think that the last time you picked DeAndre Hopkins, he might have won the league. So not bad. Maybe he's kind of like a good luck charm to you. Probably going to have the best quarterback that he's had in many, many years, assuming Deshaun Watson is healthy and he stays healthy throughout the whole year. So it should be a really big year for DeAndre. And go ahead.
I'm just gonna go straight to the number 14th pick then, since ADP is Kareem Hunt. We already spoke about him at number 9. Number 14 is Julio Jones. We spoke about him as well, but I'll give you number 15 ADP. Is Christian McCaffrey. Did you see the run he had in preseason? It's looking like it's gonna be the Christian McCaffrey show in Carolina. So I wouldn't doubt he goes in the first round in our draft, bro.
I would not draft him. I do not believe. I don't believe in that offensive line. I don't believe in him getting all of the touchdowns, considering that Cam is traditionally a touchdown vulture when it comes to end zone TDs. I'm sorry, I just don't believe. Another name that's coming up here at number 14 that we haven't touched on yet is Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, potentially the number 1 receiver for a Drew Brees offense. We talked about him last year. Michael Thomas is a player that can do everything. There was a chance last year that we considered Michael Thomas in the top, I think it was the top 5. He might have been a top 5 receiver before we knew how well the 2 running back dynamic was going to work out in New Orleans. But Michael Thomas is still a very good player. Sneaky underrated.
Yeah, he's good, but I think that that number is a little bit too high for him. I still will not take him over A.J. Green, man. I think A.J. Green is a special, special player. You guys know I draft him a lot, so. But okay. I mean, the rankings know more than me, so whatever. I don't win fantasy anyway, so what do I know?
We didn't mention Devontae Foreman. Devontae Foreman's still out there. There's a very large possibility that he can.
You mean Devontae Freeman?
Oh, Freeman. I'm so sorry. What the hell am I reading?
There is a Deontay Foreman. He's the backup running back for the Houston Texans.
I meant Freeman. You're right. Freeman, they have him down at 19, but for a league starving for running backs, there's a possibility that he gets snatched up ahead of Michael Thomas. Depends on how you want to strategize it. Probably having a really high receiver and a really high running back with picks 14 and 15 aren't that bad. I mean, look at it from this perspective, Gary. You pick 2 picks in a row, and you're getting 2 top 20 players, 2 top 15 players, as a matter of fact. So not much to complain there. Mike Evans, who was a staple in the top 10 in fantasy, he's still out there. We haven't talked about him. What are your thoughts on LaShawn McCoy?
LaShawn McCoy, I think he's going to get suspended sooner or later with that whole issue that happened, although they're not sure, or something's going to happen. But he's up there in age. He has a rookie quarterback. I don't like Buffalo in general, so I don't know. Buffalo might be one of the worst teams in the NFL, so I'm not really looking forward to LaShawn McCoy having a great season. So,
all right. Since we're just here spitballing and throwing out some names, I totally assume that Gronkowski is going to be the first tight end off the board. But then tight end 2, Travis Kelce, I think he's earned that, even though he earned that with a different quarterback. I don't know what the dynamic is now with Mahomes, who, like I said, what I've seen so far from him in preseason is he wants to throw the ball long. Tight end 3, Zach Ertz. That's another name there. That's kind of I don't know. What's the quarterback situation over there on the Eagles?
Carson Wentz should be back by around week 3 or week 4, in my opinion. So as soon as Carson Wentz is back, I think Zach Ertz is going to have crazy good value.
Greg Olsen coming back after a foot injury that happened during the year. He came back, wasn't the same Greg Olsen you used to see him, but with some time to recover from that, he should be good. And this is the name I wanted to touch on. Is it possible that already in year 2 that Evan Ingram is the best, not the best, but the 5th best tight end in fantasy?
Not anymore. He got a concussion.
Oh, concussion in football. That means you're out a week.
I see what you did there. Yeah, but let's see how long he'll be out. But I don't know. Once you got a concussion, they're prone to getting more concussions. So I wouldn't know. And
he'll be out a week.
That is a rather tough division, the NFC East. So I don't know. I wouldn't trust his durability. I wouldn't. I mean, there's not that many tight ends like last time. Like there used to be once upon a time there was a bunch of tight ends. Now there isn't that many, so I would understand why he might be up there at number 5, but that doesn't mean he's worth it, you know?
Okay. All right. What do you think about Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill, known for his speed. Now he got a guy that can reach him all the way, in the other end zone practically.
He's gonna kill it he's a beast, bro. It doesn't matter if I'm throwing him the ball. He's a beast. And he's gonna be doing kick returns still. So man, Tyreek Hill is dangerous with the ball in his hand. I think he's probably I don't think he's Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham talented, but I think he's one of those players that's just as dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Why do you think Larry Fitzgerald is ranked higher than Tyreek Hill?
That's a good question. I don't know.
And by a lot. I mean, there's like 4 players difference in wide receivers.
I guess because of consistency, health. I mean, not that Tyreek Evans is injury prone, but he is small. You never know with these guys. And Larry Fitz has been consistent all along. So Larry Fitzgerald last year was like 45 years old. He still had 1,000 yards.
Jerick McKinnon wearing a new jersey. He's going to be playing in San Francisco with Jimmy G. I don't like what I don't know. I don't like what I've seen so far from him, but it's a totally new team. So who knows?
It's Kyle Shanahan, man. That's it. Kyle Shanahan is a running back machine, man. He's a running back maker, just like Andy Reid, just like Hugh Jackson, just like Doug Peterson. He knows how to coach running backs. He knows how to get them in position. So just because of that, I like him.
All right. With Andrew Luck coming back, T.Y. Hilton, what do you think of him as wide receiver number 11, right behind Larry Fitzgerald, right ahead of Stephon Diggs?
I mean, I think he will be better than last year because Colts suck, but Andrew Luck is probably going to have some growing pains all over again. I consider Andrew Luck a rookie all over again. I mean, out for almost 2 years. He won't be perfect. So it'll be an adjustment period. T.Y. Hilton, as always, he's going to have big games. He's going to have weeks that he gives you 2 points, man. That's the story with T.Y. Hilton, man.
Have you checked out Hard Knocks, Paki?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got HBO subscription, man. I watch every episode live.
What are you seeing there from the Cleveland Browns? Do you like any of their receivers?
Yeah, man. They honestly, as per Hard Knocks, they look a lot better than I expected the Browns to look.
I mean, they couldn't look worse.
You know something? As a matter of fact, Josh Gordon, to me, I would pick Josh Gordon. Honestly, if I had a personal rank, my receiver ranking would be Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, Josh Gordon.
Ludicrous. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, man. I think he's back, and he's back to hot take.
Oh,
Josh Gordon's going to play more than 14 games this year.
Woo! Absolutely crazy.
So what numbers do you think he would put up if he did play 14 games?
If he did play 14 games, I don't think he gets 1,000 yards.
What? You've never seen Josh Gordon play. He will get 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns if he plays 14 games.
When was this, 2014? No, before that, right? 2012?
Bro.
This was 6 years ago.
Bro, last year he played in 4 games. He started in 4 games and had 330.
This is the same Josh Gordon that you call the one-trick pony. Now all of a sudden he's the 3rd best wide receiver.
I've never called Josh Gordon a one-trick pony.
Oh my God! Hey, fans of the Unofficial Commentators, pelt this guy with rotten tomatoes. This Paki, this new Paki that lives in Pennsylvania is a gosh darn liar.
All of our episodes are recorded and are on YouTube, so you can't tell me that I said that. If you find it,
you're a liar.
If you find that, I'll pay your fantasy thing. If you find it,
it's actually a voice note in our league. Someone help me out here. Look it up for me. You're a liar.
Whoever finds that shit, I'll pay their fantasy thing.
And mine.
Bro, I think we got to call it a day.
I think so too. Guys, thank you for joining us on the Unofficial Commentators return for the League of Haters Fantasy Lottery. And again, the draft is going down September 2nd. That's the last Sunday before football's official start. It is the Sunday before Labor Day, tentatively at 7 p.m. What tentatively means is it could change. Damn. I nailed it the first time, then I got fancy and I said it again and I fucked up the word tentatively.
You stupid.
Tentatively. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how do we end this? It's been such a long time. I forgot. So
I'm setting up the draft picks right now, man, and that's pretty much it, man. I guess until next time. I mean, close it out. I brought it in. You close it out. It's up to you. I'm done. Wawa, baby. My favorite part of Pennsylvania. I fucking love Wawa. Oh, my God.
bye.